Greetings viewers, welcome to the Youth Matters, which comes your way every Thursday on GMIC TV, and I am your host Felicity. Today in our midst we have a very young man, a gentle and energetic man who is a technician, but without wasting much time, I would like to give him the floor to introduce himself. You're welcome, Mr. And may you please introduce yourself.
Thank you, Felicity, for having me. Greetings to viewers out there. My name is Mansour, a technician staying in Yajabang. I am delighted to be here today.
Thank you, Mansour, for that wonderful introduction of yours. But without wasting much time, Mansour, what motivated you to become a technician and how does it started?
Generally, when I was going to school, my sole aim was to be an accountant. So basically, when I finished schooling, that was when I started for grade 12, I even went up to buying the form for Grace to start ACCA there. But during that period of break, I was joining my brother who was a network technician. I have been joining him, going to work, and then I found things interesting. And then I said to myself, like, before going to study ACCA for a number of years, whereas I can study this within 2-3 years I'll be done, and then it's a great profession and then it pays. Then that's what shifted my attention, and then I went for computing. From there I studied networking, and now I'm a network technician.
How old were you when you started the work?
That was initially when I finished my grade 12, and by then I was 21.
So do you find any difficulties when you wanted to do accounting but now shifting to another profession? How do you feel? How was it to you?
Basically, in everything you venture into, there are difficulties. But shifting my attention to computing wasn't that much difficult to me because technology has been something gifted to me. Since I was young, like, I love inventing things. Like, I would make these small cars with milk tins, and then I would make lamps out of it. I would use these dynamos, and then it will be making noise, it will be running, and so all other stuff. So it wasn't that much difficult with me. And as well, I used I used to make these radios that are already, how to say it, spoiled radios. I would repair them and other stuff. So sometimes my grandmother would come and see I would pack stuff in our room, and then he would be shouting, insulting, doing all sorts of other things. But this had been something like that has been gifted to me. So I did not find so much difficult in it. But truly, there are difficulties in everything. There's nothing easy, though. But thank God, like, it is not that much difficult with me.
So despite all the challenges you have during this period, what motivated you more? Because you had a lot of challenges when you were doing the work. So what keeps on motivating you? What keeps on pushing you?
Okay. There is this, how to say it, a phrases of words that you learn when you're studying computing, in which it says, like, things that defines you, things that made you who you are. Like, it is one principle of it, like, find out what your natural gifts are, and then this is one. This is something that is naturally gifted to me. And another principle is what people say about you. And it is something as well that people used to say about me, because since I was young, I was not even using phone. Like, people's phone will be having a problem, they will bring it to me, and then I will solve the problem. So these are all things that...
Being a technician, what do you like most? Because even if you are doing something, for instance, if you are a technician, as you said, or you are a mechanician, there is something you like. Is it because of the money, that's why you're there? Or because are you there for the people? Or because are you there for the passion you have? So what do you like most in being a technician? Okay,
actually, when it comes to what I like most, it's like, it is not actually money, because there are other professions. Even the accountancy that I wanted to do pays more than this. But if you check into it, like, solving people's issues have always been something I love doing. As I explained to you, since I was young, I'll be solving people's phones issues and other stuff while I wasn't even using phone, and I will not be paid. And it is still existing. Even recently, there are people that I work for, but what I look into, like, is humanity. you know. It matters a lot. It really matters. So just helping out people, solving people's problem has been something that I love doing since I was young. And then when it comes to things that I love most with this work is the fact that it is something that has been gifted to me. So going in for it, I enjoy doing it. I enjoy being a technician. If you find me at my workplace, I am always happy because it is something that is into me already. I love it. And then I can say it's a gift to my family. My brother is doing the same thing. And even my younger ones, most of them are like, even my younger brother, people will see my younger brother and be telling me like, he's more talented than you. He's always on YouTube. But what I tell them is, he uses YouTube. And my era, there was no, I don't use YouTube because there was no enough phone. Like even if there were enough phones, like we were not using smartphones. So he will go to YouTube, search stuffs, and then he will be making different stuffs. So I tell them that I do it on my own brain. I don't copy people.
Yeah.
So these are all things that I love, and it is something that I enjoy doing.
Thank you so much, Mansour. Now, comparing to those days, for instance, in those days, things were going normal. At least if you work per day, you will have what you need. But how can you compare it in those days and now?
Actually, things are difficult now on both sides. Compared to before, things are more difficult. And I think every day it is getting difficult and more difficult. Yeah. Those days, like, I would say, I will not sit for a whole month without having 2 or 3 contracts. There are so many places, like in the Gambia here, that I did their networking system and then I installed their cameras. That is this ID card made center. Semlex rather. Semlex, it's Semlex. I installed their CCTV cameras. When we go to TAF at the mall, I installed their CCTV cameras. All these contracts were going at the same time. I will go here, I will close early and then go there. But nowadays, just to have one is a problem. And if you have one, if that one is going to have another one is a problem. So I can say things were more easy before than now. It is more easy. And then recently, like, people are not willing to pay. All they will say is like the country is hard. So things were more easy than in those days.
Things are very hard nowadays.
Things were much more easy like those days than nowadays, honestly.
So do you need any help from the people or the government?
Actually, what I will need from the government is, if you check in the governmental system, this technological system like CCTV installation and then so much, this technological system such as CCTV installation are not given so much attention. You will go to so many public offices, you will not find a single camera there. You will not find a single, which is very bad. I think the government should develop more into that.
Yeah, because it's very important to have CCTV camera in any governmental or any office you are.
Exactly.
There should be a CCTV camera.
It helps in transparency, it helps in security, and so many other things. So many other things. And not only like offices or so many, even the streets, we should have CCTV cameras there, all over. If you go to Senegal, that is happening there. We have CCTV cameras all over the streets. That is why to do a crime in Senegal and then get lost, no one will see you. It's not easy. But here you will kill someone on the road and then you disappear, no one will know. It is happening.
It's happening, yeah.
Road accidents like...
And it is rampant.
Exactly.
Which is not safe at all.
If these CCTV cameras were available, that would help. That would really help. So I think the government should truly work onto that. Be it on the public offices, on the streets, and wheresoever, to help in secure people. Security is very important. Security is very, very, very much important. That is what I have to tell the government to help us. And then it is also a help to us technicians because it is going to create job for us.
Job opportunities.
Yeah, it is going to create job opportunities for us.
Thank you so much, Mansour. Before we move on, I also want you to say a word of advice to those people out there, those young people out there who want to embark on a business or skills, but they have that fear in them. They don't have money in the Gambia. And then we also do not have much industries in the Gambia. Job opportunity in the Gambia is also another thing else. So you see many people are traveling using the bagway, that is the irregular migration. So what do you have to say to those people who are in the Gambia currently, who are not doing anything, but they have in their mind want to go to the bagway, want to go and make it out there, whilst in the Gambia, if you try in one way or the other, you will make it. What do you have to say to those people?
In everywhere you are, if you have to make it there, if you have to make it, you will make it up there. Though basically, it is very rare now to see people sitting on the ghettos brewing attire and so other stuff, but it is still existing. It is still existing. And I would say, like, those people that were saying, like, you will go to school, you will finish up, and then you will not have something to do. You haven't gone to school. Honestly. What we refer as I have completed education here is when finishing grade 12.
Yeah.
When you finish grade 12, people think that you have finished education. That is what we see as finishing education here.
Yeah.
And then which is very wrong. Education is very wide. Education is very wide. I will go to school. I will learn. I will stop at grade 12. I will not have skills. Where will I go to? Where will I go to work? Where will I work at? There's no skill inside me. Yeah. There's no skill built in me. What will I work? If I go to an office, what will I do there?
Education doesn't necessarily stop at the four corners of the class.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That is what I'm saying here. I will go to school, stop at grade 12. I will not have a skill, and then think that I will have a work.
Yeah, because some people come ni ko de waxe so man jeexal na grade 12 dama tok non de do def dara
awma liggéey
wala ñu la jeexal na grade 12 dama wara relax for 1 year wala 2 years man doga start di xam luma def which is very bad.
You are getting old.
Yeah, of course. So I think ne comme jël break bobu non dal taxul ñu wax ne comme da nga tok non rek do liggéey dara liggéey ya ko dem uti fogna liggéey yaay jox even without so fekkene sax sa boppa bi baaxul ci school sax. Everyone
is gifted in one way or the other.
So you have to showcase your talent.
Exactly.
It's all about showcasing your talent and being respectful. Exactly. Also tells a lot.
Like what I explained here, principle of knowing who you are, or finding a career. Yeah. There's one principle of finding a career which states, find out what your natural gifts are. If you know what your natural gifts are, you can embark onto that and have a skill.
Yeah.
So youths out there sitting, saying that there's no job opportunities in the country. My brother, go and learn. Go and learn. Engage yourself into something, and then you will find it meaningful. Honestly.
And then the problem is, comme danga gis ne fi Mansour, comme liggéey bu bari mi Gambia. Comme man ko jema wara ci ñoo xamantene daal comme anglais bi daf leen xala sonal tuuti waaye liggéey bu bari mi Gambia da nga gis ne am nañ fi kapinta am nañ fi comme mécanicien yi ñu defar moto am nañ fi liggéey bu bari even ñoo gis ñuy pousse ci marché bi nekku ne demuñ school de waaye dafa nekk ne am na ñu ci ëpp doole daal moo nekk comme amuñ xaalis pour further education. So this is the only means they can get money so that they can further their education. People like me, man, I'm a business today at the same time a journalist because I was finding it very difficult to go back to school. Yeah, when I finished my grade 12, dama don li nakala warsa dama bëggona janga journalism, but I find it very difficult because lan la family bu ma joggé la and then nekku ne man kena ma fa nekkon. Understand? I also have siblings, so da nga gis ne you have to embark on something before you do something. Exactly. So if you know where you're coming from, then you will go. You know where you're going to.
Exactly.
Because I know that my family cannot make it for me because I wasn't alone. I have siblings behind me. So then I have to do something for myself. If I really want to study, if I really want to be someone else tomorrow, so I have to try for myself. So then I was doing business. I was selling these beads, bangles, and then understand. But sometimes I have been with the little I get from it, suma yaay tegal ma ci dara suma ko tegal ma ci dara ma dem follow my education. So da nga gis ne nekkut ne comme nga nekk di defar moto nga nekk mécanicien nga nekk di pousse nga nekk carpenter comme nekku ne comme jànguloo du loolu de soo gisee ñu bëri ñuy def loolu dafa nekk ne xaalis bi moo fa nekk pour ñu dem follow seen education. So this is the only way they can work and then pay for their tuition fee. Exactly. So people sitting out there, especially ñun ndaw ñu nekk foofu noonu ci biti duñu seetaan ku nekk am na loo xamante ne yàlla loolu la may so dafa nekk ne comme bul toog nga ne ah man xaw ma yàlla ah kay yàlla am na lu mu la may waaye soo tooyee nga lem sa loxo nga ne ah man xaw ma yàlla lu mu ma may obviously yow lu mu sa xam yàlla lu mu la may soo nekku ne nga toog si classe rek nga jàng moo nekk ne comme di nga liggéey ëllëg déedéet am na ñeneen yoo xamante ne toog neen ci classe dem neen ba jeexal school waaye comme du yàlla képp ko doomi aadama boo gis rek comme may na la xeli jàng am na ñeneen yàlla daf leen may métier mais yow boo fekkee ne mun nga métier bi bul toog rek nga ne ah gi dëgg la Gambia bi dafa stressful right now léegi dunda bi sax problème la comme ñu gis ne ko ñun jigéen especially jigéen suñu demee marché dañuy jéem a di wax ne comme dafa seer xam nga bagage yi nduga bi dafa seer dañ laa jox xaalis sax pour nga dem nduga yow loo nekk di expect sax ak yow loo gis nekkul benn soo understand dundin bi si Gambie bi dafa seer bu baax a baax so dangaa gis ne ñii sax talatuñ solo léegi ñii luñ tal na seen biir fees kenn dencatut si banque bi wallaahi kenn dencatut bi ko sanga dafa métti te nekkul Gambie kese fu muy bàyyeekoo la so comme ñun fekkee ne yow yàlla daf la may nga nekk béykat agriculture in the Gambia is a very good how to call it industry because dangaa gis ne suuf bi baax na waaye léegi ñoo ñooy liggéey ku nekk mu ngi toog banque loo mooy problème bi soo liggéeyutee doo am wax dëgg fa ne yàlla even bu fekkee ne yaa ngay liggéey ñu laa fay $5 boobu noonu you have to be content because one day di nga génn si loolu noonu one day yow tamit kenn ñaanut nga liggéeyal nit ba nga dee non kenn ñaanut ko so dangaa gis ne soo liggéeyal nit sax yaa ngi siy jàngaale parce que yow tamit di nga sóoraale ne man ëllëg dinaa am suma place so if you have a talent please showcase your talent please work towards your own goals and then just remind you then two goals you have the short-term goals and the long-term goals so this is the right time if you do not set your goals this is the right time for you to set your goals because the more we are going the more harder it will become so I think this is the right time for us to start setting
and I think setting your goals is part of planning. And failing to plan is planning to fail.
Of course.
Okay. And when you say loolu tam lu nga doon wax when I was going to school like dama nekkoon nga xam ne comme duma dee bëgg a di laaj suma parents dara those that I'm not going to school like weekends I will leave home dama dem am na benn koto bu nekkoon suñu koñ daf dee def taay dama dee dem ànd ak moom my dad tried to stop me in any way because moom lu mu doon foog mooy comme damaa dem ma miin xaalis ma bàyyi schooling because my dad doesn't joke with schooling but he would try in any other way but damaa dodge from that ma dem try na lu nekka it doesn't work because dama xam ne comme like I am getting older and góor laa I will be living alone damaa dem ma raise suma own family suma papa dafa nekk suma yaay dafa nekk so I need to start trying for myself I need to start earning for myself I need to try the hardship of life at the earlier stage so da nga gis ne loolu noonu yëpp dafa bokk si lu nga xam ne dafa motivate loolu noonu yëpp dafa bokk si lu ma motivate because it wasn't easy at that time though sometimes dama dem school sax wàcc a dem liggéey but suma da comme dama dee laaxatuma dem moom suma daal su ko yëgee it will be daf dee nekk problème dafa nekk di wax sometimes he would even want to beat me I would dodge away.
waaw because dañ dee xalaat ne comme dañ dee foog ne daa ngay jiital xaalis bi kanam.
and I have done a comme when it comes to comme liggéey man du ma dee wax ne comme like lii laay def lii ak lii du ma dee tànnaatu I was one time a control room technician at Paradise TV. I also worked at Q City. I also worked under Nation Cyber. I work under SB Technologies. I work under Smart PC Technologies. And then now, I am up to setting up my own business, which is Smart Chess Technologies.
Wow, that's great.
Up to setting up my own business. So, lu nekk comme foog nga góorgóorlu si foog nga déggu si starting bi foog mu hard. Even right now, it is hard on me. It is not easy. Starting this business is very hard on me. Very, 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 very much hard. Registration, documents, so much documents again and again, and you don't yet. It is never easy. The journey is always rough. Journey to success is always rough. So, nañ gëna taka suñ diga. Ñu xamne comme like it is not late. There's nothing too late. Still, so jege taka sa ndiga liggéey, you'll be able to make it. You will be able to make it. Why talk na ne? Dama hard time, dama wara tukki suma brother bi nele. My brother, so tike amulo skills, lo dem def fofu non.
Dara.
you have to go back and learn again.
Of course.
You start from zero. You start from zero.
Nga dem be faté sax lu ñuy waxé ABCD sax.
Exactly.
Nga wara demaat nga dëkk jàng because am na yeneen dëkk yoo xamante ne soo fa demee. Let's say Russia. Right now soo waree dem Russia. Ndax soo demee foofu foog nga jàng seen laaka bi.
Exactly.
Because doo mën a dem rek ñu employ la noonu.
No.
Te yow even if you have skills. Waaye da nga war a jàng seen laaka pour que nga mën a communicate ak gars. Because once there is communication barrier dafa indi loraange bu bëri.
Exactly.
So xam nga benn dëkk du nangu nga dem foofu noonu pour xosul ba pare dégguloo seen laaka.
A principle of communication is when communication is not interpreted, communication doesn't exist.
It doesn't.
It doesn't exist. So yaa ngi communicate ak gars yi yaa ngi wax ak gars yi mënuñoo interpret looy wax ñoom ñu ngi wax mënuloo interpret nekkul leen di communicate. And besides, even am nga skill dem nga foofu noonu the way it is done here and the way it is done there is different. But if you have it in you, it will be much more easy pour yow nga cope because nekk na si yow so pour nga shift to another living comme du difficult waaye su fekkee ne musuta nekk si yow it will take you a number of years before you get into the system.
And xam nga comme ñun suñu waajur yi fii soo tukkee rek ñu yaakaar ci yow.
Exactly. The very first day nga step in call started. Honestly, tukki nga ne call started. Honestly speaking. So we have to start trying here. And if you go there, it will be easy for us.
Te yul si nañ bàyyi baag bi comme gis nañ rek comme baag bi lu mu def rey nañu bëree Mansour.
Baag bi moom rey na
suñ boy si ñu bàyyi ko de boy si ñu baag bi rek.
Currently, sir, there's a boat that is missing. There's a boat that is missing. And then there are so many Gambians into it.
So
suñ costo bu sax ñu wàññi ko nañ gëm suñ bopp rek liggéey mën nañ koo meeg fii.
Non dëgg la sax mën nañ koo meeg fii bu fekkee pare nañ pour liggéey.
Exactly.
Because even Bollywood industry si Bollywood si Gambie bi waaye comme am na yeneen liggéey yoo xamante ne mën nañ koo def si suñ biir réew. te mën nañ jàppale suñ bopp si suñ biir réew. mën nañ taxawal suñ réew.
Exactly.
waaye ñun ñu ne baag bi rek da góor jigéen ñi sax dañ dee def. Man loolu that's the saddest part of it.
Bari even minors.
Si biir gaal bi.
Even minors ñu ngi dem.
Oh, this is serious.
Just gaal bu réer nii there are so many women into it. Minors itam ñu ngi fa bari.
Well, no, rek lu nekk rek liggéey la.
Exactly.
Lu nekk rek waxtaan la. We are at the end of the program. So Mansour, what do you have to say? Is it a word of appreciation, a word of advice to those people who are also technicians? So what do you have to say?
Okay, like lu ma am pour wax moom du bari comme li ma wax mooy ñu booloo nekk benn because bari na ñu nekk technicien si dëkk bi waaye comme dafa mel ni liggéey bi ni nga ko dee jëlee is not right because liggéey dafa am aha soo ko joxatee aham rek comme you are not fair to others. Okay, let's say security is not something that is easy. Comme yombut nekkul lu nga xam ne la dafa security is very expensive but we using the fact that ne dëkk bi dafa métti jeexal liggéey bi so let us take its cost. Let us take its cost. Su nekkul loolu ñun suñu bopp la ñun si technicien yi suñu bopp ñu ñoo nekkaat si problème because nga war a xelaat nga war a liggéey te duñ la fay lu ko jar I rather go and sleep. Honestly. Dafa métti trop. And technicality is not something that is easy. Honestly. Sauver rek is very hard. Pour nga ñëw def sa sauver taxaw scratching your brain. Benn dama ko def fii benn dama ko defee benn dama ko defee ne and it has the positioning has to be something like it. And am na yenn technicien yi nga xam ne nañ bàyyi nañoo liggéey. Their positioning of cameras are very bad. Their positioning of cameras are very bad. Da nga gis ku ñëw liggéey caméra si kër borom kër bi yaa xafa xaalis mu liggéey caméra yi nga xam ne damaa ñëw ma invite ma yaxa caméra si invite dem def lu ma def so
they need to improve.
They need to improve on their positioning and besides ñu try ñu nekk benn loolu moom dëkk bi ñëpp laa ko wax sax especially youth integration is very important because youth yi ñoo am doole ñooy doole réew so suñu intégrité rek there's a lot we can do ñun youth yi ñu ñoo mën a change dëkk bi suñu intégrité honestly speaking there's a lot we can do ñu ñoo war a mën a amee voice si dëkk bi ñu ñoo war a mën a dogal si dëkk bi waaye it is not happening because of we are not integrated most especially suñ naka laa ko waxee ethnicity day problems yi nii man soose laa kii pour la indi it doesn't work like that honestly soo gisee Rwanda moo mun a develop so much quick Rwanda kañ la fi da amoon woo yaagut
de te métti woon na seen kaw sax
obviously
but because of they are united
but because of after all comme man Joola laa man Pël laa man lifin laa loolu lañ njëkk a loolu lañ njëkk a génne si dëkk bi en dëkk bi fu mu nekk it is the most developed country in Africa it is the most developed country in Africa fu ñu jël loolu noonu def ko suñu biir rek du work non nañ try ñu nekk benn Joola bi Pël bi Olof bi Njaago bi Soose bi ñu ñëpp Gambien leen ñu ñëpp Gambien leen ñu liggéey ñu taka suñu liggéey ñu liggéey suñu liggéeyee rek we will see changes ñu booloo nekk benn liggéey loolu laa am pour wax waaw.
jërëjëf Mansour comme ni ñu ko déggee rek Joola bi Pël bi Soose bi Mankaaj bi Njaago bi ñu ñëpp benn leen faana bi sax yëpp ci la bokka ñu ñëpp benn leen daal even Sénégal bi sax suñu bokka la waaw su duggee Gambia rek ñu dalal ko.
Exactly.
So just to say, this brings us to the end of the program. I hope you have learned a lot from our guest, a gentleman, a technician, and moreover, a talented young man. So please do not forget to like and subscribe on our Facebook page and also our YouTube page. Thank you and bye. See you next time.